Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the March 4th edition of the Dawn Patrol. This morning we have my usual co-host, Bob Hoey, candidate for the school committee in Lowell. We have a guest coming in, Ray Leavitt, at 7 o'clock to talk about Irish Cultural Week, which will be up next week. I think St. Patrick's Day is 2 weeks from today. Our friend Ned is still ailing, so we'll just keep an eye and keep our prayers with Ned. So I was telling John when I picked up the paper this morning and pick it up online. There's a candidate in District 3, Bob. I don't know if you heard about it or not.
I sure did.
Erin Jenner.
Yeah.
Is that Steve's daughter-in-law or daughter? Do we know?
I'm guessing. I think it's the daughter-in-law.
Very nice girl. I met her a couple of weeks ago. She came over to a Board of Health meeting out in Drake.
That's right. You brought it up too early for me right now to bring that, District 3. Because I live in it. You know?
Well, that's why.
The line is only like 50 feet away from my house, maybe 70 feet away from my house where the redistricting happened.
Sure.
And I've always looked at myself, Tom, as it's called Wigginsville. I lived on Epping Street. I live on Stratham Street. I call it Wigginsville, not Belvedere. My wife said, "No, Bob, you're wrong. It's Belvedere."
Okay.
So I had to stop fighting about that. But they put me in that district. I basically always felt like I was in Kim Scott's district, okay?
Right, that's how it seemed.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
But now I live in Belvedere,
Yeah.
and it's beautiful. Without moving my foundation, I live in Belvedere.
Yeah.
And I'm someone that's pretty active. I run for city council 3 times, and I lost because I don't like to raise money. But schools, I won that seat 4 times.
Yeah.
I know how important the school seat is. When I heard the name Gendron, my eyes lit up too. See, because when I heard the name McFadden, I never met McFadden. I'm pretty sure my sister will vote for her.
No, I met Steve Gendron as a vote getter. He's a good.
They know a lot of people, and they're great people. I was even working on someone that's connected to that family, Bill Florence, a math teacher. I said, Bill, why don't you run? Run for school committee, buddy.
Yeah.
He'd win like a champ.
Yeah.
But again, the wife, you got to make your wife happy. You know that. But right now, Tom, I've never been happier. Especially, I think redistricting when I was against it. I think all of us was on this show.
I lived in Drake, but I actually was for it. I always thought
You were for it?
I thought it would give, like I said, we talked about it before. A guy like Corey Robinson, Eric Gitchia, I'm trying to think of other people. Probably wouldn't have won if it was for districting.
I don't want to stay on this too long because I want to hear what you got to say today.
Yeah.
But I'll go back last show that you and I did. I'm pretty sure you said to me, Bob, isn't there a person that you like other than Corey Belanger?
Right.
Remember?
Yeah.
I didn't mention his name because it's too close. If you don't come out, shame on you.
Yeah.
But Gendron come out, and so didn't the guy that I really want.
Yeah.
Is Danny Finn.
That's the one with right. That's right. Yeah.
But when you said it last week, I remember what you said to me.
Is he going to run? Do you know? Have you heard anything?
Oh yeah, he's running.
Oh, so that's going to be a lively race.
Not that I want to give them any ink, because I like to keep it for city life and the Dawn Patrol.
Sure.
There's no doubt about it. Inside Lowell, they had Danny Finn on there.
Yeah.
Recently.
We got to start getting some of these candidates on, like McFadden.
We do okay, buddy.
Gendron and.
We do okay.
Oh, I know, but sometimes it's we don't have anybody, so.
Yeah.
But I was saying to John, we have 9 days in Drake to go before the last day to file papers is a week from the 14th, March 14th. And right now, I don't want to jinx anybody, but it looks like there's a selectmen's race as we speak. But there's room and go around town that there might be a candidate dropping out, so everybody could be unopposed this year in Drake. I don't want to jinx everybody. I hope it doesn't, But again, I think it's a case of people that want to get involved. People don't want to run.
Yeah, I think you're right.
John was saying again about the District 4 race. He keeps saying it every week. You think somebody would come forward.
Yeah, we need somebody to run in District 4.
Yeah.
That's the one that starts at the Drake line, goes through Centerville, goes through downtown, comes all the way up to the connector.
You know why I get...
Couldn't you give Bobby a room in here and he could run for it?
Listen,
in here? No?
you know...
It's just an address. That was never corrected. In fact, I sent an email yesterday to the guy who runs, took Greg Pappas's job, the guy who runs Lowell election. Bobby,
Yeah.
I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. What I feel, if you watch our city council, which I missed, it's tonight, I believe,
Yep.
right, Tuesday.
Yep.
I just been watching guys like Janess, for instance. I wish I lived in his district. I wish I lived on Back Central Street, because that's where I grew up. District 4 is where my heart is, okay, even though I live in Belvedere now.
Right.
My heart is in that area, Lawrence and Watson Street, the Flats, Cavaliero's Restaurant. I grew up next to Pulaski's restaurant, eating kielbasa
That's
at 5 in the morning.
That's right, yeah.
But I'll tell you, Lowell, now I see these young faces coming out. When I ever heard the name, McFadden, I said, oh boy,
Yeah.
I have to get my name out there because no one ran for citywide last time against Connie and Jackie.
I'm sure one of
And-
those not to interrupt you.
Oh,
one
no,
of
no
those two aren't
doubt.
gonna run.
No doubt. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
I'll
Or
say
both. Maybe both won't
I
run.
don't know. I think Connie will be tough to get rid of. She's I just like Connie Martin anyway. So you know why you can have an argument.
I
She
know
can
what you're
hate
saying.
what you said, what you're about. And then
I like
But
Jen.
Bob,
she walks by and say, "How you doing? How you been?"
But Bob, I'm a big one to talk about shelf life, and you don't ever want to go out a loser. And if she sees that maybe this could be it for me, I don't think she'd rather get out than lose. That's
no,
what I
her
always say.
heart. No,
Yeah.
See, I wanted to hear what John was going to say. John, you
Yeah.
were ready to say something you like.
I like Jackie Doherty.
Well, I do too in
Jackie
certain
Doherty
ways,
gives
but
you a nice, blunt answer, and then she'll explain herself.
yeah, but if in Lowell, this is just an opinion show, folks. But when you go after somebody like you went after Jim Hall, a guy like me, and I don't know Jim Hall other than working with him 7 years on the school committee. Okay, there's no better person in our school system than Jim Hall. How much money he saved me and taxpayers alone, it's crazy. How much checks were being paid to people in Florida and stuff like that when they shouldn't have been getting one for years. Who did it? Jim Hall. Then the way Jackie went after him, HR this and HR that and HR this and HR that. Every week I heard that. I'm a person that's not going to let you pick on someone like that. If you're a bully, I'm going to fight back at you. That's the only way you can get to a bully. Jim Peters, I seen you on the show. Jim, this got to
Jim
go
was
out
back.
to Jim.
Jim was back.
Well, I seen him on one of John's shows.
Oh,
He's the man that brought up bullying.
yeah.
And it's a big issue,
I didn't
bigger
know
than
Jimmy was
people
a-
want to think, We've
What?
all been bullied. I've been bullied a
I
few
was bullied.
times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody gets bullied.
Bob, you say you've served on 4 different school committees?
Yes, sir.
Right, now,
I
can
worked
you
for
name-
4
name me-
mayors.
You got to name me. You can't. What was your best school committee you served on with the 4? I'm sure it was either one with Tapia and Cooler Harris.
I just wish I had a little bit longer on this last one when I was
yeah?
with Mike Dillon.
But I'm sure Cooler Harris and Tapia were probably 2 of the favorite guys you served
Oh,
with.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
2 years with those gentlemen, and believe me, you're never going to forget them.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
away, you say Bill Topia. I know you're going to say, Bob, you're going to say, Bill said if you lose your schools, you lose your city. No. Right now, Bill would be saying to me, Bob, don't get rid of the Latin Lyceum, okay? If you have to have cuts, which there's cuts coming, leave the Latin Lyceum strong. And
Yeah.
that was Bill's baby.
You got to teach the smart kids.
That's right. And that was his baby right there, no doubt.
Yeah.
My friend Timmy Golden. Oh, boy, that had to be my favorite school committee, to be honest with you.
Really? So that was your first one, right?
Yeah, with George
okay.
Cooler Harris,
So that was
Kay
Cooler Harris top
Stockhouse,
year? Oh, then
Regina
it had- you got the best
Falicante.
there.
Yeah, we had a good group
Without
of
a
people.
doubt, that those names, vintage names, and
But
you had
we-
some experience there, and you.
But Tom, we had a lot of money to spend too.
Yeah,
You know, and
yeah.
that's why I know why I won the school seat 4 times. I know it's because of my love for teachers.
Right,
I won't get
right.
into that because I'll probably cry. Teachers saved my life.
Right.
I mean, come on, you know. Right now, a AAA teacher, right, retired. They bring him back in as a tutor. If you ever seen what they can do with 4 kids sitting in front of them, it's unbelievable. Break them down, teach them how to read. That's gonna become a popular job. And if I get in there, you won't be making $40 an hour. You'll be making 50. So there you go. And I know John's probably saying, "What do you mean, give them a raise?" Those type of people, when they can get the best of the retirees and bring them back, we're paying more for guys watching potholes than
Well, I mean,
$50.
I'm more in pay. I don't mind giving somebody a raise, but pay on performance. You got 2 texts, Bobby.
No doubt.
How is
Good morning. I have a question for Mr. Bomil. Does he think the removal of the dam in Collinsville is a great idea?
and
or a
it's
bad
funny, I was
idea?
just talking about somebody yesterday about this.
Hold your horses for
Okay,
a second.
all right.
Bobby,
Ned, if you're watching, I hope you're doing better. Get well. We miss your fire and passion. Can I say something about that? Don't believe for 1 minute Ned's not always working, because he's telling me there's a carnival coming down in the South Common. Now, that was one of my favorites as a kid. The carnival in the South Common, that would be great. And he
Ned
said,
works in his own way.
I know, he said it's in the works.
So back to the
So
damn story.
back to the damn thing,
story.
and it depends again who you talk to. People think that's
Tell me,
like
where is this dam they're talking about?
you know where, how can I best describe it? Collinsville, not too far from Owen and Ollie's.
Yeah.
That area up on Lakeview Avenue
yeah,
area.
yeah.
And it's been there for years, and some people, the old vintage Draker people obviously want, because it's like almost an historical type thing,
Yeah.
and they want to break the thing down and all that, because some people, with flooding issues and all that, but that's I don't know a lot about it, but that's what I'm hearing in the background.
Is that the one you can see right off Lakeview Avenue?
Right when you're going up over towards CBS, you can see it on the right there.
The old A&W root beer would have been
Yes,
across
there
the
you go.
street.
There you go. There you go.
You know,
So-
Tom, you know what I love about that place is when there's a shortage of water, drought,
Yeah.
you don't see anything coming over that.
Right.
I've
right,
seen that a few
right,
times,
right.
too.
Oh yeah, it's like the falls over there on Pawtuckaville, across from the McDonald's. You know, what I mean, you see those falls all the time. So
And before I forget, when we
I'm
were
going to put
talking,
up on the screen, Tom, Delightful Drake. It's coming at the speed of the internet here. Okay, so there's Delightful Drake, and closer here. You say it's there on Owen and Ollie's, right?
right
So,
on Lakeview Avenue, not near it. It's in that area. Bobby had it right across from the old A&W.
yeah,
all right, so
but getting back to the redistricting.
there's a
and-
dam, the Beaver Brook Dam, that what they're talking about? Mm-hmm. So just so the audience knows, here's Drake and Hardware, Lakeview Avenue,
We're not
Top
seeing it.
Donut.
We're not seeing anything. I don't know if
Oh,
you.
sorry.
Yeah.
Press a few more buttons here. There you go.
Okay. Yeah. This House Street. Go to. Yeah.
And it's, for some reason, Google
All right,
has
see-
is zeroed in on the,
You go. No, you go down. Drake and Hardware. See Drake and Hardware.
yeah,
Right. Go the other way. Was that coming in from? Yeah. Go the other. Because that's
the dam's here, right?
right. Okay. Okay. You got it. Okay. There you go.
So, we're gonna get rid of this dam?
Well, that's what they're proposing, I guess.
And
You know.
what do they think's gonna happen when they get rid of the dam?
Not knowing enough about it, I'm not
Flowing
going to pretend
brook.
to say.
A
what's that?
flowing brook.
Yeah, flowing brook. There you go. That's probably it. If
Well, it's
anything.
gonna reduce the water line for sure.
Yeah.
And where does this go?
Look at that. Look how far it goes. Look at that. See it? Goes
Doesn't-
behind all those
John,
homes.
Doesn't Charlene live on
Goes
that?
up to New Hampshire. And it drains this, looks like it comes out of this pond. What are we calling this pond? We got no name for it, so. But it's coming out of this pond.
Yeah.
So we want to get rid of, I don't think that's a wise thing myself.
Yeah.
Why was the dam put there?
It's been there forever, John. You know.
And all it's gonna do, it doesn't look like there's any, go zoom in along nobody's living along the route. There's no there's a nice swimming pool right here.
Yeah, there's homes along that way,
Adams Road,
Yeah.
closest people to live to it. And other than that, another one over here on
yeah. Go
Turtle
down
Hill Road.
Go down Myron Street, there's a bunch of homes that abut it.
Turtle Hill Road and Nottingham Road.
No, if you go down Myron Street, which is the other way, there's a bunch of, there's Pine Valley Drive.
Well, I'm
there's-
going down, these lines, that's the
Water.
Right,
that's the flow of the water. Here's Myron Street, you're talking about right here?
right,
Oh, yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of houses. in
yeah. I live not too far from Myron.
there. Okay, well, if you get rid of the dam, what that means is in slow water season, it's gonna dry up, there'll be nothing there. And, so, don't know.
I just heard about this last week. I didn't even know it was happening, so.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before, drove by every weekend, and it was bone dry
Yeah.
for weeks at a time sometime.
Well,
So,
it won't be after tomorrow, the weather forecasters say we're getting an inch of rain tomorrow.
Really? Oh, wash all the salt away.
but our friend Charlene lives right on that area.
Really?
Yeah.
In that Collinsville? Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
So we talk about St. Patrick's Day. We're talking about the breakfast. It's a week from Saturday, the
Yep.
15th. Tommy Shanahan from the Aldana is going to be roasted. I don't know who is. I know one of his roasters is Rita Mercia. I think Rodney Elliott will be the MC again. So that was a good. I think you guys were there last year. It was a good time last year.
Well,
Yeah.
Ned Tarmey bought a table,
Down at Lindsay's. So
I'll
yeah.
be going.
Yeah.
The ticket one.
so-
Yeah, I'll be
Stickers.
going too. Ned,
Yeah.
Ned has me going to those type of things.
Yeah,
I used
yeah.
to avoid those type of parties all the
Yeah.
time.
Hey, Bobby, you gotta win your election. You
There's
paid.
too many-
Listen,
too
I
many-
avoided
Bobby,
like the
you-
Vote for
low
Bob
plan.
Hoey.
Hey, the
You know what
low
gets me?
plan, never went to anything for the low plan.
You-
I
Mr.
might
Bobo.
now. I might
Yeah.
Can you
now.
read this one?
The residents in that area are concerned because I'm pretty sure they have wells for water. I don't.
Talk about the Beaver Brook Dam.
Yeah, if they do, there's not many, because, I know there's town water that entire area. Maybe a few people have still kept their wells, but that has town water, that whole area.
What I've learned about water too is when you have snowpack,
Yeah.
that's good for wells.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. It's good. I've learned that off of Evelyn Thorne on Thursdays. It's just part of the, so we had some snowpack this year, which some of it's going to be there a while.
Right.
You know?
But when you talk about these parties, and I say political parties, and you basically see the same people at them.
Yeah.
So you take away your family, and you take away the politicians, there's probably 10 people there. That's why I always say that, because it's the same, back in the old days, even, political parties, I think, are going to be a thing of the past. I think people rather,
Yeah, there's no doubt you need to have people, and I think
Oh, yeah.
the biggest part, family just putting my name on a ballot right away, I'm telling you, there's so many people that knew my father, there's so many people
Yeah.
that knew Red Hoey at Sacred Heart, then my uncle Bill Hoey still passing out checks. That's his job now.
Tony Achinsky's having a party on the 16th, I believe. I think it is. It might be the 15th or the 16th. And he'll draw. But people nowadays, if they're doing something on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon, they're not going to get up and go to a political party. That's what I think. If their grandkids are over, if they're doing this, they're doing that. They have other family events. But Tony's just giving Tony a boost. He has a party on that. I believe it's either I got a thing in the mail yesterday. If he's watching, maybe he can text us or whatever.
No, I got the announcement. He's in the hit parade. I didn't transfer him yesterday, but
The hit parade? What's that mean?
when we have the announcements.
Oh, okay,
Like
good.
Mark Ratman's
Good.
having a party this week. Yeah, here's Tony's right
Mark's is tomorrow night, yeah.
here. And here's Tony Achinsky's party.
Yeah, I
Come
can
on, get up there, baby.
I can visualize a good party, okay? Couple of tents. Here
Here's
we go.
Tony's party.
Yeah.
right there.
Tony,
Yeah.
Campaign fundraiser, Tony for drinking.
Wow, that's a new slogan, I think. I don't know if he said that one before, Tony.
March 16th, that's a Sunday. There's no football.
The day before the 4th, not the 4th, St. Patrick's Day.
And Primo Pizza, delicious
My
stuff.
wife and I are going there tonight. Try it out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, we've eaten there before,
Say hello
but
to Angel when you're in
the new
there.
lounge that
Say
you
hello
know.
to Angel.
Oh, yeah, I
Good
know
guy.
them all out there.
Good
They,
guy.
yeah.
Good guy.
Oh, he's part of your group, right, Angel?
Yes.
I'll ask for him. Let me see if, yeah.
Good kid.
Is he a cook, bartender, or is he
I
just,
never asked him what he does, but he loves. He was in the army. He was in the army for a long time,
yeah,
and he's been trying out different positions, and he likes this one.
good. And that's a good family that runs that place.
Yep, delicious stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's delicious to him. Nobody loves food more than that man.
No.
Nobody. You know, Tom, I want to go back to the election and
Sure.
that race alone. Just think of the area that votes. I live in it now. It's called Belvedere.
Well, you really don't live
The
in
rest-
Belvedere, Bob,
yes,
right? You just live
no,
in that
I live.
district.
No, I live there.
Oh, that,
no doubt.
so,
The history.
So that is, oh, okay.
If you
So
look
I
at the history.
I thought you were, like you say, Wigginsville or South
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
that's
so you
how-
are, it is South, it is Belvedere?
That's,
Okay.
I was-
that's gerrymandering, Bob. They screwed you.
No, I
Yeah,
listen.
they
I
did.
was from the Flats, which is only maybe a half a mile.
South End, me, and then I moved to
Yeah.
the Highlands.
Yeah. So, and then I married someone from South Lowell. I call it South Lowell.
Yeah.
Jeff Thomas calls where he lives South Lowell. I'm sorry, I'm smiling about that, Jeff, but that's not South Lowell. Not in the history, not in my history, anyways. And I love how he fights for that being South Lowell. But this election, look at the people that are coming out. Area 3 again. So they'll decide who the top 3 are. You know, like the Eric Gitcher, Rita Mercier, top 3. Last time we thought Corey Belanger was coming in third.
Yeah.
Ned Tarmey's not here, but Ned said to me these exact words. He said, if that election ever went another week, maybe 2 weeks, Corey would have beat Vesna Noon over an issue.
Yeah.
Over one issue. This time around is going to be incredible when it comes to citywide. I feel watch out citywide races. Both of them. I think you're going to see some changes.
Yeah.
And they have a new kid.
So we have
I
what?
shouldn't call him a kid. Hold on. I'm sorry, Tom.
No.
6'2".
6'2" to Jesus?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. Where he's going to be a tough person.
Right.
For the top 3. He won't beat Eric Gitcher. No one's going to beat Eric Gitcher this year. I'll say it early.
Yeah.
No one.
Oh, no, but he works 110%. You see it
Right.
every day. I told you, he came out to a Board of Health meeting a couple of weeks ago we were banning the kratom in town, and he was one of the ones there. And that's what Chris Jen, was it Chris? I forget her name. Jenman was there because a member of the Board of Health that came out and supported us. But he's everywhere.
Yeah, so
is there any other, besides the incumbents?
Yeah, there's other people.
I know 6'2" to Jesus. Like
There's
you
other
said.
names that
All
were
right.
out there.
All right.
Some woman, I forget the name
Oh,
right now.
the attorney.
Eric's having a party Thursday, March 27th.
Yeah.
Mount
It's starting to
Pleasant
come
Country
fast and furious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a great year, election-wise, just off what I see. Just what I see, it's incredible, but I never got more excited in my life. And when you run for a seat, you need to relate with somebody or something, and I always felt that way. It was Timmy Golden for me at the first one.
Yeah.
I had a great relationship with him, and we lost him as a police sergeant in Lowell. Let me
Right.
tell you, when you lose, just to change the subject a minute, it's like certain teachers, but when you lose a guy like Timmy Golden as a sergeant, you might not replace him. That's how good of a sergeant he was. See, I only like sergeants. Everything above to me is a waste of money. Deputy of security, deputy of child,
It's a pay
deputy
grade.
of this.
It's a pay grade,
Yeah,
buddy.
no, I like career ladders, believe me. And Danny Rourke, look at what he did, your buddy,
Yeah.
picking Liam Skinner.
Yeah.
To me, it was incredible.
That was
and it's
a-
fitting right in.
that was a
Watch
home
and
run.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to get going in some debates and
I think
things.
Danny's really enjoying being the mayor too. Like we've talked about. I don't know if he'd do a second term, but he's really enjoying it. I think. So.
I just like watching when I know he's not happy with something. I
Oh,
like
get
that.
the look
I
in
like,
his face.
I like
I
that
can
part.
tell it, yeah.
No, he's doing a great job. For the schools, he's doing a great job. Yeah. He'd be right up there. I like saying this to people. Think of this, Tom. I worked for 4 mayors and 4 superintendents of school.
Wow.
It's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think, because it's only a 2-year term, you go through four different
Oh, that's how they do it.
superintendents of
Well, Liz,
schools.
you can't see superintendents. You know.
Yeah.
We got Golden at least another 5 years, I'm sure, as the manager. So at least that longevity is going to stay there. You know.
Yeah, and to me, like I said, I like Corey Belanger, but now that I see Danny Finn, I'm sorry to everybody, even the Gendrons, because I like Steve Gendron. I think this young lady, I never met her, I don't believe.
Yeah, it's a very nice girl.
She's going to
I
bring some
met her,
good
yeah.
stuff to this
Yeah.
city council.
Yeah.
But I had to look at those three already, because I figure you better know who you like right away, and it would be Danny Finn. I have to say I'm sorry to the other two,
Yeah.
because why I made that decision
Well, you were pushing
already.
him a long time ago. You were
Yeah.
talking about him 6 months ago when they were doing this council, the changing of when they put Corey in there, that was your candidate. I remember you said that.
Well, the
Yeah.
same thing goes with like Janess when we talk about him. I seen him vote with Eric recently. Eric can't get 4 or 5 votes tops.
Yeah.
You need 6. On the school committee, you need 4. I'm feeling good about that if I come in number 2.
Yeah.
What was that business in Drake?
No, it's Frank Action King. We're number
One in the number 2 business. Yeah, I
Frankie
used to
King.
like that
Yeah.
advertisement.
He's up on Livingston Street. Frank's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't know him personally,
Yeah.
but I remember that slogan he had,
You
you know.
got a problem, that's the guy to call.
Yeah. I always call
Frank
him.
King,
Yeah.
nice company.
So I'm excited about that. We're going to see some more people, but I'm glad Danny come out when he did. But sometimes you support somebody because when I sit here and have an opinion, I always like to say my bully pulpit, I can say what I want here, as long as I don't swear, right? But we're very lucky right now that the people are coming out.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of time.
And that's
still.
proving that redistricting was good because you have these candidates running. And Phil Shea used to always say in a race that, like I said, right now you got 4 in that race probably. I just have to get that less the vote now. In other words, he only has to get like 25% of the vote instead of, because he'll get, Belanger will get his vote. He'll have his people that are going to vote for him no matter what. Now you have these new people, as they call them back. Do you remember back in the 90s? I don't know if you were, the Young Turks. It was Matt Donahue, Steve Gendron.
Yeah.
Mulligan, the kid, Grady Mulligan, there was another one, and they were called the Young Turks, and they upset 4 councils. They upset 4 councils that year and wanted to be city council. It was in the early 90s.
You know, I'm so excited about the Eric Gitcher guy, right?
When you're done, Bobby.
Yeah, I'll read it right now. I hope some of these candidates for city council come on the show. It was great when Robinson and Scott came on the show. Yeah, that's a good,
Well,
it's a good
and
message.
you know my thoughts on that. They came on the show because it's an election year. You didn't see him for a whole year. I see that.
Well,
I'm on here.
See,
Do you agree with that?
we've had candidates come that couldn't get the signatures to run for office. So until they're really a candidate, I don't know. Tough to track down. What I should
Oh, I know
do
what
is
you're
take a ride down to City Hall and meet the new guy. I think Will something or other. His first name's William. And meet the new guy and take a picture of the sign-in paper. Because I know that when Greg Pappas was there, they instituted, and Beverly Anthes was there, they instituted, you got to put your phone number down.
Yeah.
So when you sign it, Tom Beaumont, I'm going to run for the town council, you have to put your phone number.
I did that. Yeah.
Address and phone
When I
number.
was in-
They didn't require the phone number
Yeah,
yesterday.
yeah.
You know,
But
phone number
I don't
makes
even
a
know.
lot-
I don't even know, John. In fairness, I don't even know if papers are out yet. Are they? Are papers out there yet?
I'll find that out.
Yeah, but what I meant was when I said about Robinson and Scott is like Tony Achinsky. He comes on here. He comes on here when he's running or when he's not running. He's on here at least every other month, right, John? He comes on.
Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony comes in like every
Josh
90 days.
Taylor, he comes on a lot. But it seems the council, once they get elected, you don't see them till the following election yet.
Well,
Except for Danny Rourke,
a lot of them.
Eric Itchia,
Yeah.
Danny Rourke and Eric Itchia come on. But I don't see the others much. You know?
But respectfully, Tom, you don't go to Demolis's unless you need milk. So would they know where we are? If there's something they want to talk about, the door's always
Right.
open.
You know,
And
just the way I feel.
sometimes
Yeah.
the old habit is they have to be prompted to come in. They just don't show up.
So, to me, Robinson's an easy winner, and the reason being, I think he does a great job.
Right.
Number one. Number two,
I haven't heard any names
number,
of you.
Number
No.
two, just like I got a lot of votes off my dad, that's where Corey gets a lot of his votes. You
Right.
might not think so, but Andy Robinson was one of the best guys you could ever meet in your life.
Right.
But that's a big part of an election. Your family, wow, you got to have family. Most of mine have passed on, but I still got Bill Hoey that passes out checks to all the employees. That's his job.
Where's he work?
works for the school system. I never got him the job. Bill Samaras, I think, is the one that got him the
Oh,
job.
you got him that.
No. I didn't have
That's
any.
how Lowell works, baby.
I had no power at all to get a job, believe me. But that's what my uncle does. But guess what? Hoey is his last name. I'm going to pick up some votes for that alone. I might get beat. Citywide's a tough race. I did it four times.
Do you ever see
But-
Brian? Is it Brian? Dave Nagle's former aide. Do you ever see him?
Good
Good
Brian,
guy.
he's doing
Yeah,
great.
good guy.
He got a nice job. He landed up in the prison system. And believe me, I had nothing to do with it. But I worked there and got
Another
my
one he had
pension.
nothing to do with.
He just never.
He-
My
'cause
uncle Bill.
I didn't know that. Because I know he didn't like the job down at the city. Didn't like. Remember he was down the city for the last a week, maybe down. Oh, okay. I didn't know
My
he was
uncle
at the,
Bill brought me into a prison. Wasn't holding my hand, but he brought me in, let me hang around and work. That's what they did back then, 1980 anyways. And see if you like the job. Do 2 weeks behind bars, see how you like it. It's a funny type of job, believe me
He's
when
a
I tell
prison
you.
guard now.
No,
Brian?
Brian works in charge of maintenance.
Oh, okay.
That's what he was
All right.
anyways, a
Yeah,
landscaper
exactly,
and things.
exactly,
He's on the outside, inside. He works with inmates too,
Sure.
you know. But he already had his.
Down in Shirley? Or do you know which one?
Yeah, Shirley Medium, not a nice place, not a nice place. But he already had his time with Nagel. You know, your state time. That's
yeah.
like even school committee time goes towards your pension
Yeah.
and your retirement.
Yeah.
But he's out there in charge of maintenance. Got a great job. Got a great job. Yeah.
Great. Good guy. Good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hangs around with a great guy, Connie. You know that last name?
Yeah, I've heard that name. Yeah.
Sean Connie.
Yeah.
Mr. Connie was the parking man, the best we ever had.
Oh,
Chuck
okay.
County?
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
He invented commercial parking in Lovely
Yeah,
Lowell.
just-
He
so-
invented it. Good guy.
So I think, have you heard any candidates against Kim Scott? No, I don't think anybody's going to take
Okay,
Corey
I'll
on.
tell you, Kim's is one I always worry about. I like Kim a lot
Yeah.
because of her knowledge of the schools. But she always has competition, and people got to realize that she lost a lot of votes. When they did the redistricting, she's the one that
Well,
got.
don't forget about the extension of the manager's contract. The manager makes more than the governor.
No, that's okay. I can't knock anybody the way they vote on any issue. Because I voted on some issues I shouldn't have voted the way I did, but I did, okay? You can't go back. Once you do it, you do it. You got to live with it. But Kim has probably lost more than anybody in redistricting. I've only gained by being put in District 3, because now I'm with the big shots, where the votes are. And this race is going to be incredible, you know? And let me just say why I decided on, there's 3 of them, right? I like Corey Belanger because of all his friends. That's important to me, who you hang around with, who your friends are. Very important if I'm trying to look for someone I want to hire. But when I look at Danny Finn and Miss Gendron, which I don't know at all, I look for who's going to work well with Eric Gitcher, because he can't get 6 votes. We need
Right.
more people. And going back to Janess real quick, last time I caught him on TV when Rita went to give the mayor a contract extension, Janess voted with Eric Gitcher. And that's what I think is going to happen at the federal level.
So does the
Democrats are going to start to eat each other and start voting in favor of what Trump is trying to do.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling. But Lowell's going to do the same thing. You have to. This kid, I've never seen anybody work like him. Nobody. Not on this, and I've been around a while now. Never seen a city council. Maybe in the first 10 years, Rita was a real hustler too.
Yeah.
You know, the story about how Rita would say, I'll get your cat out of a tree, right? No, she wouldn't. She'd send her husband over there to get the cat out of the tree. You never take a cat out of a tree unless you have big gloves on, because they're gonna get you, you know? But she was that type of worker.
But have you heard any names against Kim? Is there any names out there?
Oh, there'll be somebody.
Yeah, okay.
It's usually from the, Southeast Asian area, because that's where Kim's votes, Kim lost the most, in my opinion. She lost the most through redistricting, but, I would vote for her.
She's a very well-liked person, from what I hear up there. She, does her homework
yeah.
and,
Looking at the map of the city of Lowell. Danny Rook, good old number one. He needs competition. Danny Rook, I love Danny Rook. Great guy, hardworking, needs competition. Corey Robinson, love the guy. I think he's a hard worker. I think they shot a lot of spitballs at Corey Robinson, and they didn't stick, but still needs competition. And because competition pulls out the best in you. And number 3, Corey Belanger. Corey Belanger, great guy.
He's got it.
Just
got
get back in
competition.
there. Huh?
Yeah, just
He's got competition.
So I'm glad we're getting competition there. Now we'll go over to District 4.
Can't get competition.
We need somebody to run, whether you live in Centerville. So look at everybody over in Centerville. Get up, walk into the bathroom, look at the mirror, and talk to yourself. We need a good candidate from Centerville, from downtown, or from lovely Lowell, Massachusetts. And we need a new candidate to
What
run
area?
against Wayne Jeunesse.
what area is Paul Belay in?
He
Paul
ran in that,
Belazen's-
he
I
ran in
believe
that
it's-
area. He ran against Jeunesse and what was that kid's name? Oh, great. What was the kid's name that ran? Rook. Remember there was a Rook in that
Ryan
race
Rook?
4 years ago? Yeah.
Ryan lives in Belvedere now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got beautiful babies. So going on to 5, this South Lowell, this is Kim Scott's district.
Yeah.
Kim Scott, a tough, hard-working gal, needs competition.
Yeah.
Because it just makes you a better person.
She'll get it. She
I
gets
don't
it all
want
the time.
competition. Well, I want other funeral homes to close their doors too, but competition is good. It's good. So number 6, I believe this is Sakari Chow's district, the lower highlands, if you will. And we need, you walk over there, or you take a ride over there, pothole city. A lot of streets in that district need repaving. And the district is not as clean as other districts in Lowell. Street sweepers need to get over there. And hey, Sakari, nice guy, but I'm not saying those municipal services come into District 6. District 7, Cadillac of a guy, Paul Rathayem. He needs somebody to run against him. That's District 7, that's over in the acre. And then we got good old District 8 up in the highlands, Johnny Dakota, newbie on the block. He's working pretty hard, but needs competition. And I know they're mad at me for saying that, but competition makes you a better person. I'm done.
John, I think you mentioned, I don't know if you one of the shows about you wanted to attend, I don't know if you saw this on Facebook, the neighborhood meetings. Did you
Yeah.
mention it? If you go to the Lowell Police Department, for some reason they have it on their website, it lists every meeting, Pawtuckaville, Centerville. I can take a picture of it and send it to you. And of all the neighborhood meetings that are coming up in March. I'll send that to you, because I know you were interested in it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know where I
It's on the Lowell Police website?
Yeah, but yeah, for some reason, I thought it was Danny Rourke's website, but it was on.
the police department, along with the city council and the mayor, to me, did a great job in South Common and the homeless issue.
Just sent it to you, John. Go ahead, Bon.
The homeless issue, I still think it's the biggest issue we will be dealing with. The winter's over, basically.
Yeah.
Spring is coming. That will be the true test of the South Common, how much it was cleaned up.
Yeah.
But if you looked at the police the way I did, watching them during that time, they need to turn that focus on drug dealers. They'll all rat each other out. Believe me, I had a lot of them in prison. We can clean it up in Lowell a little bit, and the police are going to be the ones that have to do that. So I'm hoping to hear that a little bit. That housing area, Tom, I'm sorry to say it, but the Bishop Markham housing's not the old one. I'm telling you,
No, it isn't.
they've made a lot of mistakes on who they put
I
in
wouldn't want
there.
to. I just don't believe that what I'm hearing. They don't really have any security there for those residents. Meaning they should have a full-time security staff on that project.
I feel bad for the residents in there because they can get tempted very easily.
Yeah.
You know, Tom, I have
Oh.
people my age, 70, they say to me, why are you still in your house? Get rid of it. Move in the house and you'll pay $135 a month. I have friends that tell me that.
Yeah.
The same thing about my disability with the service. I get 20%.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. It was me that slipped off the APC, okay? It wasn't the Army that caused my injuries. It was me, my stupidity,
Yeah.
But they gave me 20%. It's like a car payment. They
Yeah.
give you a little bit more than $300,
Yeah.
But people saying, what are you, crazy? You could go get your sleep apnea, you can get your diabetes, you can get up to 100%. You're out of your mind. Listen, I'm happy with 20%. Thank you very much. It's just, that's mentality.
Yeah.
Sell your house and try to live into a house and no thank you. I'd be all set.
I've
I lived in a
I've had
house once
people-
in my life, and that was very young at Shaughnessy.
I've
That's
had
it.
friends of mine who, like they call it downsizing, whatever, who've gone to condos, and the worst thing they've done, because it's just, sometimes you don't have, if you luck out having nice neighbors, if you like, but some people, I know, just, they said it was a bad move. I know the maintenance of a home, cutting the lawn, snow plow and all that stuff, which I hire people to do, but I mean, it's all the upkeeping of the house, so,
Yeah, it's not.
yeah.
It's been, the older you get, the tougher it is to live in this state, though. This is
Yeah.
a tough state.
Yeah.
We got the Mayor Wu going down to Boston.
She's gone. She's gone, I think, in this election. I think
Yeah.
Kraft's going to beat her. She's gone.
Next
Jeez.
week. Right?
No,
Here we go. McDonough's here we go.
I don't think, no, Wu, she's got quite the backing. It's a Democratic state, man. Democratic state.
That's what I was telling you about, John, yeah.
Eric Gitche just sent me, well, we're talking about, Eric Gitche sent, the same time you sent it to
Yeah,
me, he just
same
sent this to
thing.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go let him in.
I can do it. Want me to do it?
Back to you guys. No, I got it.
Okay.
That's the one I sent you, John.
I'll be right there, Ray, thanks.
So, yeah, I think the city council they have done a great job. And I think part of this show, when we're talking about issues, and like Eric gets your calls in, and you get other councilors that come on the show, they hear you.
Yeah.
They hear you, and hopefully they bring the right motions. But if you don't have 6 votes or 4 on the school committee, you don't have anything. You got to have that, and I just look at who's on the school committee right now. I know Dominic Lay very well.
We never see Dominic anymore. Well, on our show, on our day, that's
Yeah,
right.
he works hard for Ed Kennedy. He really does, yeah.
Dominic hides under a rock.
Oh, yeah, he
What
comes
about
in-
all the flooding issues, huh? I mean, I haven't been, I'm just what I read, is that true or false about the high school? Bad, huh? Pretty bad?
Yeah, well, there's another, I feel this, listen, you still got, right now you got Eric Gitcher watching the high school, okay?
Yeah.
Shouldn't be his job, but it is.
Well, it should be the school
Everything-
committee
no,
watching it,
everything
yeah.
he does,
Yeah.
it's incredible what he does, okay? And I'm gonna keep saying it right to the election, if you can beat him.
Right.
Go ahead and beat him.
Right.
I mean, I've seen him with, I hate to keep giving this guy credit, Inside Lowell.
Oh, Teddy Panis.
Yeah, he was, and now
He
Teddy
does a
knows-
great job with that
No,
website.
He knows, listen, yeah, he's doing well. Good luck to
Yeah.
him. I'm just saying, he knows how to question a person.
Yeah.
He's educated for it, and he's been on the radio quite a while. Good guy,
Yeah.
good guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know, sometimes to me there's conflicts, You're
Yeah.
a business owner downtown, no wonder you love the city manager.
Right. Right.
You can brown nose somebody, I call it. Okay?
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
But that's
Yeah.
why I went for that's why I went for Danny Finn, just so you know. Because we got a guest
Sure,
coming in.
sure,
I went
sure.
for him because no one's going to push him around and tell him what to do.
Right. Right.
You know,
Right.
I
Right.
think the Finn family is like family to me, so it's going to be an unbelievable race in
Now,
Belvedere.
is Dan, you said? Is that his name? Dan
Yeah.
Finn? Was he related to like Mickey, the police
Of
officer?
course, Mickey's.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Well, Mickey
Yeah.
Finn, the one I know, the baseball coach,
Okay,
in the
all right.
field.
Yep.
That was his dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Billy Finn.
And there's a Finn that's a fireman too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, retired fireman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's involved with the coat drive every year.
So that alone, if you
Yeah.
think about it, Gendron, the last name Gendron in Belvedere,
Yep.
powerful. And then you got Corey Belanger. Corey's made a lot of friends in the past few years, believe me.
Sure.
He's not going to be a pushover. And then Danny Finn. Right there alone, that's some powerful people in one district.
Yeah.
All we need is one to come out. And if Paul Belay lives in 4, Paul, I think this could be the time
No,
for you,
he's
buddy.
done. He's done.
Is he done?
He should have won that seat. He very involved, and he had these 2 guys that really not involved in anything, and they won the primary because it was, as the district, as John shows you how it's cut out, it's 90% downtown in that little part in Centerville where Paul lives. You know what I mean? Pawtuckaville, rather, not Centerville. He lives in Pawtuckaville. That little spot down there in Pawtuckaville where Paul lives, it's a very small piece of that pie. And if you can look at the thing, he says, like I said, it goes from the connector all the way down to Pawtuckaville, but most of it is the downtown area, the condos and, so.
Well, I'll tell you someone she lives in that area, I believe, Hillary Clark.
Yeah, we mentioned that last week, I think, yeah.
And I'd like to see someone like her come out for any seat. It doesn't matter. She could run for city council also, but she was a great school committee
Do you ever see
person.
her? You ever bump into her or anything?
No, a little bit on Facebook. I see her
Yeah.
there, but
Is she still in the downtown area, I wonder?
she might be prepping her daughter.
Yeah.
Her daughter was only like 12 when I remember her,
Yeah.
but she was awesome as a
She,
school committee person.
Yeah, and I don't even know if she's still living in the downtown area. She lives right down near Brood Awakening, didn't she, in that area? That downtown area, right? Didn't she live down there? On Market Street?
yeah. And how about Drake? Is Drake going to be like Lowell, going up on our property taxes again?
Something's gonna happen out there. I mean, it's just girls walking in, the poor thing, and that's her first, it was budget time. She hired a finance person. I forget the person's name. She's come from Tingsboro. So, because they're talking trash fee, and trash fee will be political suicide out there. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, you might need it, but.
That'll get the voters out, though.
Oh, yeah.
You want
but-
people to vote, put a
Yeah.
trash fee out there.
Yeah. So,
I live in Lowell. I love my trash man. I really do.
oh, yeah, I have no problem. But I mean, Bobby, we've been paying, it's on our tax bill. Not on our tax bill, it's part of our taxes. Town is not going to take a separate fee for a trash, right? That's my opinion.
Yeah. No,
You know?
I hear you.
You have a separate trash fee. It's not, you pay something every year. What's it, quarterly, or how do you pay it? Yearly? What, John? What do you?
When the water bill comes, whenever the
Okay.
water bill comes
Okay, ours is
attached to it,
quarter,
I don't know
okay.
how often they send us a
Yeah.
water bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be the next thing. The budget in Lowell would be beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
That'll be like going to a cinema. I'm telling you, it's going to be great. Just because it's an election year,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the cream rises to the top, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
To me, get ready to rumble, especially when it comes to citywide seats. It's not easy to win that seat. And that's the way it
No,
always
no,
was.
no.
Like we talked about Paul Rathiem, we mentioned his name earlier. No way he'd ever win
Yeah.
the way it was. So,
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Is our council agenda?
Yeah, I'm wondering, is anybody going to try to turn around this? We don't need to park, and we can build a Coliseum-sized apartment building with no parking.
What is this? Oh, you mean across the way?
The Heinz's, the Heinz
Yeah.
Tavern thing is, I mean, there was talk, we're going to turn that around. I don't see anybody turning around yet. But Wayne Janess has provide council an update on the current status of Comcast franchise agreement. Vesna Noon's got work with the state delegation to sign department and state local way to find signage towards Cambodia Town. Okay, Councilor Noon, Mayor prepare a proclamation recognizing the month of April as Sexual Assault Awareness Month. Again, Councilor Noon, Vesna Noon, provide an update on the trash contract. Councilor Noon, a short-term plan to address the increase in violence in the city. Councilor Robinson and Vesna Noon have the property department identify high pedestrian vehicle traffic locations in both and bring forth recommendations for safety. Continuing on, Councilor Robinson, have the manager of property department look into the increased traffic enforcements in the city, Hildreth Street, Aiken Street during pre and post-school hours. Corey Robinson, again, the election director, find a discussion around
The election calendar, they have no.
setting the election calendar.
That's his job. They can't, he has to follow certain rules and regulations. I don't know what he
Well,
means
I
by
guess the
that.
calendar's not out. Where the hell's the calendar?
It's probably not set, like Drake's was set, because our elections are obviously in May. Ours is set probably in December. They're probably gonna set theirs now, you know what I mean? Because we don't, and there's no state elections this year, right?
Councilor
Yeah.
Getchia, provide the city with the number of fire hydrants out of service and their location. Again, Eric Getchia, the city council, number of fire hydrants still in service. Moving right along.
God, they're going to be busy tonight, Bobby, huh?
Now, Deanie will have my there in an hour. We got Gitche and Rourke, the mayor. Have Skankska, Perkins, LMNOP. Project delays, phase 3. So they want to know what's going on with the high school.
Yeah, and can I just say something quick about that one
Go
there?
ahead.
We're very lucky that you got Eric Gitcher and Mayor Rourke looking at the high school right now, but don't forget we have Senator Kennedy, and he's still sitting in his seat. In a democratic state, like we mentioned earlier, don't believe for 1 minute Ed Kennedy doesn't want that completed, and he saves people in this city money. That's just my opinion. So a lot of beef.
Eddie Kennedy might be 80 years old, but on that ends, finishing that high school.
He's there in some important years. It's coming up, the renovation.
I like how the Rourke Bridge, it's in the pipeline. Okay. Rita Mercier, she's reporting how many city employees are working from home and why. Mayor prepare a proclamation declaring March 29th a National Vietnam Veterans Day. That's from Councilor Yem. Councilor Yem, the next one too. Appropriate department plan an event in conjunction with the U.S. Vietnam commemoration and local veterans organizations to honor and thank Vietnam veterans and their families.
Poor guys running
Councilor
scared.
Dakota,
Yeah.
the city solicitor draft special education to exempt the loan from uniform per criminal for homeless student transportation under, student transportation similar to the special education transportation. Again, Councilor Dakota, Johnny Dakota, city manager allowed 2 representatives of this Save the Smith Baker Center to enter the building for specific purposes and inspection of the interior contingent upon the proof of 1-day insurance policy covering the property. And then we got communications from the manager. He's going to talk about eco-dev attachments, whatever that is, cameras in the city, city investments and attachments. And if you want to look at this, go to Google and just search for city council agenda, and we got all this good stuff on there. But
There's
that's
nothing on there about your project down here,
Well,
not your project.
I wanted to find out, is there a turnaround on the MBTA parking requirements in Lowell, which the city council in Lowell adopted a plan
Yeah.
different than other communities. The city adopted a plan, you don't have to have parking.
How about if they tear down the Smith Baker Center and they use that as parking for the place over here and just make them walk down every day?
The place over here.
I'm sorry to make a joke about it.
Oh, you
but
could have a shuttle.
The
Heinz is,
reality is, okay, where'd you park? Where'd you park today, Bob?
right now?
Next to the door?
Right
Next to the door?
Yeah.
Okay. Tommy, where'd you park today? Next to the door?
Same area, yeah.
Okay. Next time, park at the depot. And you'll tell me, if I gotta park at the depot, I ain't coming. And that's what the city's telling people. We got 39 units going into Heinz's little postage stamp lot that they have over there, because Enterprise Bank owns half that lot. And they're gonna build 39 units. I'm expecting 80 people to move in there. There'll be at least 50 cars. And they're gonna park on South Highland Street, South Street, Walnut Street, Keene Street. There's no place else to park.
Right, right.
And so, oh no, they'll have bicycles. No, they won't. It's just, it's wrong. And the city council needs to put it on the agenda to turn this thing around now. But my guess is administration's calling them up, saying, oh no, we have a lot in the pipeline we have to approve first. We got to get all these projects approved with no parking. Then we'll change the law. It's wrong. What you're doing is wrong.
So this
It's
law,
gotta get fixed.
this law that they have, that I heard them talk about, is a special law they made for this district, this area, for parking and for people to be in walking distance of
Tommy,
downtown.
this law
Nobody goes downtown, all
Tommy,
right?
this law is like ordering a pizza, okay? And the administration in lovely Lowell, Mass, this is my takeaway, based on information that I've got from other people. Monday Night Dinner Club, Phil Tebow. I'm sitting there talking to Phil. Say, hey, Phil, you guys are building buildings out in delightful Draken for the MBTA to keep them happy. For the train track people, you have to have a certain amount of housing. How many pockets? There's no parking? He says, no. We adopted 2 parking spaces per unit. Lowell adopted it with 0 parking per unit. So as the Lowell City Council was sold this idea that you can have the MBTA, there's no parking required. That's what I'm told by city councilors was sold to them by the administration. And so that's why I use the term disenfranchised. When you're disenfranchised, you don't have all the information on everything. Everything seems like it's a chrome bumper. Well, that's beautiful. I like the chrome bumper. It's beautiful. And they go, oh, they're against the law. I can't have no more. Just plastic bumpers. So that's what the city council was sold. And now that they've become enlightened, you're moving at the speed of government to fix this. Why isn't this on the agenda tonight? And
Well-
my suspicion is administration's told you a lot of our friends are building properties with no parking. We have to give them permission first before we can change this.
Yeah, but you know,
That's my
John,
suspicion.
maybe you're right, but you know, Eric Gitcher, he doesn't care what the administration's telling him. Do you? I
Well,
mean,
Eric can call and speak for himself.
well, that's what I'm saying, but I'm saying he'd be the type of guy that would question
Well,
that.
all it's going to take is put it on the agenda.
Yeah.
How about, we talked a lot.
Put a
over-
freeze on this today.
Yeah.
You know, when I listen to him talk about that, it is a big issue. It's going to be incredible if they pull that off and build that place right there at Heinz's.
Yeah.
But, oh, no doubt about it. But
Well,
when you
then
look,
there's another place going, I guess, I'm told, I don't know, a place called Fury's, right at the end of
Oh,
Fletcher
yeah.
Street.
Yep. Same
They're going
thing.
to put a 65-story building there with 7,000 apartments.
65. Wow.
I'm exaggerating.
Oh, okay.
But they're going to put a housing complex in there with 0
I
parking.
heard about that. Yeah, and that's worse than Heinz's, I think. It's so congested down there.
how about when you see
What do you
houses?
get? Let's extend his contract. I would tell the manager, Mr. Manager, until September, you need to park in a city garage and come to work every day. Mr. Manager, park your police cruiser in a city garage and walk to City Hall.
And it's not
Did
over.
Kim Scott talk about that much? Because Corey didn't support it. She did, the raise, when she was on. Did she talk about that much? Or did she, sidestep it, you know?
I have to say this about
No,
the,
it was not discussed.
Okay.
part of the issue is definitely building. Lowell, all the builders are back in Lowell. Who do you give credit to? I had friends, great businesses, West Tewksbury Construction, I'll throw that name out there. Kid could do anything. He's retired now, obviously, but he didn't want to work in Lowell. For years, no one wanted to work in Lowell. You know, you go get a permit to put a roof on somebody's house, and then Saturday and Sunday you see these other companies coming in and doing the roof on the weekend because they don't get caught.
Right.
I don't mind paying $100 and $200 for a permit to put a roof on a house, especially
Sure.
if you go up and see if they're putting the right roof on for the people.
Right.
You know, now building is going up everywhere in Lowell, and we haven't even begun to scratch the surface. You want to talk about someone? Remember who builds more condos and townhouses than anybody, right? Kazanjian.
Yeah.
But he had an accident, broke his neck about a year or two ago. I don't know exactly.
No, he's
when.
all right.
I know he's all right now.
That was a talk. He did break his neck, but he just fractured. He's
Yeah,
fine now. I
doing
guess,
some
yeah.
type of work on a truck or something,
Yeah.
right? But here's a guy,
Yeah.
if he gets going and building, we're going to have, Lowell's population to me right now
Wait.
is closer to 150,000.
Tommy,
How's
you're
that?
trying to read this.
Wayne Janess is painful to listen to at council meetings. You say he's a nice guy. I really don't care. He's all talk and no action. Just a bunch of what's that word, John? Bloviting?
Blovating. I guess you must listen to Howard.
Typical limousine liberal. Bot. I love the typical limousine.
But I hope you live in District 4. Please run for city
Bot,
council.
come on, there we go.
Yeah, you know, but where he lives, Janess, right, it's hard to get in there and pull out the votes because that District 4 don't vote. They don't vote.
Right.
Look
Just
at,
that downtown people probably vote. You know, his clan. his
yeah, even
crew.
right
Yeah.
across the street. How
You
many
gotta
people?
get somebody to run.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you get-
McDonough's
if
name
you
was
get
mentioned.
if
It was
you
in the
get
paper.
Nah, I don't want, Bobby.
You don't need to
Tommy,
run.
I really don't want to run. I'm too old.
I know, I agree with what you're saying.
Okay, I
So,
mean,
but you're probably not gonna run. Unless nobody runs, you're gonna run?
If I run, I'll run it a different
What's the
fashion.
good doctor saying? Dr. Ellen?
She says, "You're a big boy, I'm not going to tell you what to do." And she does that she's not happy when she's saying it either.
Well, that's what my wife tells me. She says, you run what you want, but I'm not standing on any street corners, I'm not going.
I'm not going to do any of that stuff.
No, but I know what I've been doing. We've been doing it on the show. We've been trying to tell people to come
We
out
got to
and
go to
run.
break. We'll be
Okay,
back.
we have a guest coming on.
Thanks.
Welcome.
If I run, I'll run it a different fashion. You're a big boy, I'm not going to tell you. She does that she's not happy when she's saying it.
Show, we're trying to tell people to come out and run.
Okay, we have a guest coming on. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the March 4th edition of the City Life Show. With me this morning is my good friend and school committee candidate, Bob Hoey. And we have a special guest today, Ray Leavitt, who is with the Irish Cultural Society Week, whatever you want to call it.
The technical term is Lowell Irish.
That's coming up starting Sunday, right, I believe, and it goes for a whole week, and leading up to St. Patrick's Day. So Ray, if you want to, this is basically not your show, but this is what you're here for, to talk about Irish Cultural Week. I know a lot of people are familiar with it. It's a big week in town, in Lowell. You hail from the town of Tingsboro, which we have some good friends out there. Karen Pulio is one of them, and go ahead, talk about it.
Well, thank you very much for having me and allowing me to come on today to talk about Lowell Irish Cultural Week. The 42nd Annual Irish Cultural Week does kick off this weekend. It actually kicks off on Saturday. Saturday at 10 o'clock at the National Historical Park Visitor Center, where a longtime Lowell Irish member, Dave McKean, will conduct a walking tour of the acre and take you from the path that Hugh Comiskey and the early Irishmen followed when they came to dig the canals. And the tour will end at St. Patrick's Church, and he'll give you a tour of inside the church and tell you some colorful stories along the path. Should take about an hour, and we ask you to wear comfortable shoes. So that's Saturday. Sunday is the highlight, one of the highlights of the week, and that's the opening mass to Irish Cultural Week. The mass is at 10 o'clock, but festivities actually start at 9:30 when we have a concert of Irish music played by Jeffrey Smith on our recently restored pipe organ. And I can talk more about the pipe organ in a little while. And Allison Byrne is the soloist who will sing a pre-mass concert. The procession will be led by Phil Koblinski with the bagpipe, followed by the Knights of Columbus, the Lowell Police and Fire Honor Guard, the Ancient Order of Hibernians, the Ladies' Ancient Order of Hibernians, members of Lowell Irish, and people from the Lowell Catholic School. And then we have Irish step dancers who lead the clergy into the church. After the mass, Bob Feldman will be up in the steeple of the church playing the chime, which is a set of 11 bells, and there'll be some music from that. And then we'll gather and march to City Hall, where we'll raise the Irish flag. After City Hall is a brunch in the church hall, which is the bargain of the year. I think they charge $5 for the brunch, and it's bacon and eggs and sausage.
McDonough will be there.
Sounds yummy.
Well, we're fortunate. The Owl Diner provides all the food for the brunch, and so it works out really well. There'll be more step dancing and music there. Sunday afternoon at Mount Pleasant, the Ladies' Ancient Order of Hibernians and the Hevie Quinn School of Irish Dance put on a Ceilidh, which is a folk dance session. It's free to the public, and that'll be at Mount Pleasant Golf Club.
What'd you call that, a Ceilidh?
A Ceilidh, yes. So you'll see some Irish step dances, and there'll be some music for you to dance with, and it's generally a good time. Monday night is movie night, and this year's movie is The Miracle Club. And I don't know much about that movie other than it stars Maggie Smith and Laura Lindley and Kathy Bates. So with talent like that, it should be pretty good. Wednesday night is the Acre Forum and Anam Cara Awards. This year, our featured speaker at the Acre Forum is Liam Skinner, the superintendent of schools. And we're really happy to have him.
He's got a nice brogue, too.
He does, yes. He first came over to teach at St. Patrick's School.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so he's done very well for himself and done well for the.
I like him. I think he's doing a great job.
Yeah, for the kids of Lowell, and so we're happy. We're actually going to honor him with an Anam Cara Award. Anam Cara is the Gaelic term for soul friend, and we choose 4 or 5 people every year to recognize as Anam Cara Award recipients. This year, Liam is one of the award recipients. Phil, the bagpiper, is another recipient. Whenever we need Phil, he's there. Jeffrey Smith, our organist, is going to be recognized. Jeffrey came to us as the pipe organ restoration program was coming to an end, and he's just embraced St. Patrick Parish and the people there, and he's very generous with his time and talent. We want to recognize that. Natasha is going to be honored. Natasha's a great young lady who's a photographer and graphic artist and does a lot of good work for us. I forgot. Oh, Sakari Chow.
Former mayor.
Yeah, former mayor.
Good guy.
Is. whenever we see him, we change his last name to Mayor Ochow, but I don't know if that's,
I just want to highlight right here,
yeah.
I love how you guys spell whisper.
Oh, yeah,
The Irish whisper.
West Bar, yeah. So,
That's the guys talking in the back of church during a funeral. That's the Irish
exactly,
whisper.
that's them, yeah. So, the Acre Forum and Ankara Awards will be at Mount Pleasant Golf Clubs. It's free. We do hope people will make a contribution, but please join us. It's a fun night.
Consider throwing $5 in.
Good
idea.
It's just sort of, yeah.
Help defray the cost. It does cost money.
It does cost money, yes. And then we're not responsible for Rodney's breakfast, but we do coordinate with him to make sure that we're not in conflict. And that's generally a good time. And for a lot of us, we're gonna have breakfast and dinner at Lindsay's that day.
You could just stay there for the day, just going to Lindsay's bar after the,
If Tom Bowman wants chicken pie, that's for sure.
Yeah, show up for breakfast, go home, have a nap, and then come back.
Yeah. And the dinner dance, I think, like the breakfast, it's another good buy. For $45, you get dinner and entertainment at Lindsay's, so that's a good take. And that is generally a fun night. So that's the schedule for Irish Cultural Week.
So, Ray, we'll go back over that around 20 past. And Father Bill wanted you to talk about Ash Wednesday.
Oh, so when people found out I was coming here, I was asked to do 2 shameless plugs.
It's okay.
One was from Father Bill, who wanted me to remind
Over at St. Patrick's Church.
Father William Acevedo, pastor of St. Patrick Parish, who wanted me to remind all the Catholics that tomorrow is Ash Wednesday, and he will be distributing ashes after the 7:30 a.m. Mass and English in the chapel downstairs.
Tommy, his mic just blinked out.
oh, it did.
There you go, we're good.
Okay,
No, you're okay, you're good.
okay.
Go ahead.
After the 9 a.m. Mass in the upper church, that's the Mass he does for the school children. After the noontime Mass, it's in Spanish. The 6 o'clock Mass in Spanish and the 8 o'clock Mass in Vietnamese. So if you want to get your ashes, that's the.
Ash
I've done-
Wednesday, okay,
Ash
can you
Wednesday,
do that
yeah.
again? Ash Wednesday, please, do it again.
Ash Wednesday
So
is
this
tomorrow.
coming Wednesday, tomorrow,
It's tomorrow, March 5th.
at St. Patrick's Church,
At
Suffolk
St.
Street.
At St. Patrick's Church on Suffolk Street.
Just completely renewed on the inside. Beautiful, beautiful job
Oh,
you guys did.
yes.
Magnificent job. So what's happening tomorrow, Ash
So
Wednesday?
tomorrow, 7:30 in English, 9 o'clock in English.
Tommy, give him your mic, take that mic, it's temperamental. Swap with him, will you?
Every time I talk about the Mass.
No, it's just temperament, Tommy will fix it, he'll clean
Okay.
it up.
So 7:30 in English, 9 o'clock in English, noontime in Spanish, 6 o'clock in Spanish, and 8 o'clock in PM in Vietnamese.
Beautiful, thank
Okay.
you.
Now, how long have you been involved with the Irish Cultural Week?
Personally, about 15 years.
Okay, because I remember way back,
Yeah.
they did an Irish cultural, I think it was the same week, a show. The Keefe family was involved with
Yeah,
it. At the time, my ex-wife was involved in
Yeah.
it. She was part of this, and it was a big show. That was a big show every year they had.
They did.
It was that part of Irish Cultural Week too, I think. It was Rake. Was it Rake? I forget the name. The gentleman's name, Keefe. He's since passed away. That was always a good time too. That was always down in the auditorium, and you always almost on the same idea with the Highland Players.
Right.
Remember the Highland?
Yeah.
That type of idea.
I've heard about that. I was
Yeah.
never part of it.
Yeah, so-
I was invited into the Garrett Sheehan, a former Lowell police officer.
I know him. I've met him.
Hard-working guy for the
Yeah.
parish,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yes,
And
he invited me into the Irish Cultural Committee, Lowell Irish, about 15 years ago.
And I see that there's a priest that's saying that Father Conway. I remember him. He was
Oh.
quite a priest, very
Fa-
well liked priest.
Father Richard Doc
Yeah.
Conway.
Is
yes.
he still
He's-
practicing? Is he
he's still-
retired or
he's
is he?
still active.
He's still active.
Yeah.
'Cause some go that senior
Yeah.
priest and all that stuff. But
He
I
was-
remember
he-
him. Everybody loved him when he was there. When I remember when he left, a lot of people were sad. But that goes with the business, you know.
He was the pastor when Lowell Irish was formed. And
Yeah.
we're lucky to have him back.
Yeah.
And he's just a great guy.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
You talked about the restoration of the church. about 14 years ago, the interior of St. Patrick's Church was restored to its 1906 glory.
It's beautiful, yeah.
So we had John Canning and Company came in, and they did an award-winning restoration of the interior of the church.
Yeah, there's tons of eye candy in that church. First, you walk in, and the floor is magnificent. The job he did with that full floor,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's made out of, but magnificent. And then the brightness in the church, the lighting in the church, everything is, it feels like 1955 all over again. Beautiful, beautiful.
It's like John and I were St. Peter's boys, and that was almost the same idea
Yeah.
of that church. It's too bad they couldn't have done the same thing for St. Peter's and restored it.
It's a Keeley church, so
Yeah.
they were built
Yeah.
by the same design.
Because it almost the exact same.
Yeah.
Walking in St. Patrick's of St. Peter's, you almost could tell you in the same, almost the same church.
Most recently, we restored the pipe organ. That was finished about a year and a half ago. It started out to be a 3-year project that took just over 7 years. The pipe organ has 4 divisions and 2,748 pipes.
Wow.
So
Must have cost a penny to restore it, huh?
it did.
Yeah.
It did. It was
Yeah.
not easy, yeah.
Now, there was something else you wanted to promote?
So
for your daughter?
No, my niece.
Okay.
My niece is president of the Lowell General Hospital Auxiliary, and every year they have Daffodil Day.
Yep. Oh,
And-
yeah?
And so the proceeds from Daffodil Day,
What's your niece's name?
Molly Woodland,
Thank you.
okay? And
Do they have a website we can show?
they
That
have,
you- that you're aware
I
of.
don't have
Okay,
the
no
website.
need, please proceed.
I
Sorry.
just have the paper they handed me, where they sell,
Down there they have something, I think, if you want
It's a little
You can show it to them later. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah.
it's gonna be on, I think it's Thursday, March 13th. And they'll sell daffodils in the lobbies of the 2 hospitals, and you can order them in advance. $10 a bunch, $12 for a mini pot, or $25 for a thing they call spreading kindness, in which case they will deliver the daffodils to a patient in the hospital or a nursing home or whatever. And all the proceeds from the sales go to help cancer patients. So
I got to interrupt you for just
When
a second. Bobby, are those girls' glasses?
It probably
Okay, thanks. I'm just
cost me
wondering.
$1.
Just want to pick on you.
What do you say? Is that girls' glasses?
I think they're girls'
probably.
Look at them. I think they're girls'
Yeah, Bobby,
yeah.
you look good. You
They
look
paid
good.
$1 for them, no big deal. I just had an eye exam yesterday.
Yeah, I
but,
remember when I was involved with, when I was the health director in
Sorry,
Drake.
Ray, I couldn't let that
No,
pass.
no.
That was a big thing, daffodils. The
Yeah.
nurses were involved with that, and people, they'd sell them in the town, of
Yeah.
employees, all that. It's to benefit the Cancer Society, right? Am I
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Exactly.
Big, big,
Well,
big.
daffodils and the Cancer Society
Yeah.
go together. It's the first
Yep,
flower of spring.
exactly. So your niece is doing a good job. She's promoting that. you know,
Yes.
so.
Bobby, can you give Ray his water in case he wants a sip?
Oh,
Oh, thank
there you
you.
go, pal.
Thank you. So, what else can I tell you about St. Patrick Parish?
Plenty of parking.
Hmm.
It's easy to get to. Demoulas is at your back door, so you can,
Right?
you can go to church and then head over to Demoulas, get yourself a nice supper.
Yeah.
Always a good time at St. Patrick's Church. Beautiful, beautiful place.
Is St. Pat's School still open there?
The
Yeah.
St. Patrick's School is still
They're
open.
still running it?
Yeah, the Sisters of, it's run by the Sisters of Notre Dame, not by the parish. But it's still very active. It's been there since 1852.
See,
So they're not
what I
part of
would
the
say,
pa-
what
that's
I
not
would
part
say
of
It's not part of the parish.
to all the churches in Lowell, that they have bilingual mass, that every one of their masses should be bilingual. Throw some English in there. So the mass is in Cambodian. That's great.
Yeah.
Throw some English in there too. I think that we're lacking that, so if I go to the 4 over at St. Patrick's, it's in Spanish.
Yep.
If I go to the 5 at St. Anthony's, it's in Portuguese. So throw a little English in there. That's all I'm putting out.
You go to the 9 at the Holy Trinity, it's in Polish on Sunday morning. That's what-
Yeah, and that guy comes up from Boston, I think Woburn or something.
I forget, he's a great priest, yeah.
Yeah, he does a nice job.
Yeah.
I haven't caught the Polish mass yet.
Yeah.
Great place for light, 2 places to light candles, St. Joseph's the Worker Shrine
Yep.
and Polish Church.
Yeah, I go there
High
now once in
Street.
a while. This was my mother's church, and my mother got married there, and she went to school at St. Stan's, and good memories over there for her, and I go over there for that reason, so.
We're gonna run out of time, so
So-
would
so-
you mind if we go over the Irish Cultural Week one more time, please?
No, I'll be happy to do it.
So, it's all, most of this stuff is free just to show up and enjoy.
The only thing
correct?
that we charge for is the dinner dance.
Okay.
Other than that,
Tommy, can you
every-
drag that mic a little closer to his mouth, please?
the only thing we charge for is the dinner dance.
Good.
So let's start off, starting Saturday,
Saturday,
March 8th.
yeah, 10 o'clock, the Visitor Center at the corner of Shattuck and Market Street, the National Park, Historic Park Visitor Center. That's the tour of the acre, the walking tour, led by Dave McKean. And he will tell you some great stories.
And weather permit, it's whether or not, you guys are doing rain or shine,
We'll do it rain or shine, but the weather's supposed to be decent.
wear some comfortable shoes and bring
Yeah.
your ears.
Yeah,
A lot of
exactly.
Good information.
Ask Dave about Mrs. Winter,
Okay,
okay? Whoever's there, ask him about Mrs. Winter.
that his first wife?
No, it's my favorite person in the establishment of St. Patrick Parish,
Okay, Mrs. Winter.
Mrs. Winter, yes. Sunday's the big day. Starts with the pre-mass concert at 9:30. And if you want to hear the pre-mass concert or attend the mass, I urge you to get there early and get a seat on the aisle, because the church will fill up, and it does get a little bit noisy, but
Is this the first concert with the renewed organ?
this will be the second one.
The second one? Okay, nonetheless,
Yeah,
you got a brand spanking
yeah.
new, rejuvenated,
Oh, yes, with the 1906 Jesse Woodbury pipe organ. It sounds terrific. The mass starts at 10. Bishop Hennessy is supposed to be there. When the last year when he came, he told me it was the only time that he'd been led into the church by Irish step dancers. And so we have a processional that will be led by Irish step dancers. You'll see the cameras clicking during that. After Mass, Bob Feldman plays the chime, some Irish music, so we gather outside. The chime is an instrument. It's 11 bells up in the steeple of the church, and he will play some Irish tunes on the chime. I should say it's Charlene Cesar is the person who organizes all of the Mass, and Charlene is a big fan of the show. She's been telling me
Oh.
about it all week, so.
That's good.
You want to do a shout out to
Good morning, Charlene.
Yeah. At City Hall, we'll raise the Irish flag, and
Well, where's the parade going to assemble?
the parade goes down Suffolk Street.
So someone's right at the church.
Yeah, starts right at the church, goes down Suffolk Street, takes a right on Merrimack, goes down to the Irish Monument at O'Connell Parkway, put a wreath on the grave, walk across the street, and sing the Irish national anthem, and
Then we head out for brunch.
Then it's brunch. Then the afternoon is the Kaylee, and it's an early evening because everybody's exhausted. Monday night is movie night. We just gather in the church hall, make some popcorn and get a few snacks, and watch a movie. And again, that's free. Come on down. There's plenty of seats. Wednesday night, we're at Mount Pleasant Golf Club. I think it's 7 o'clock. We start with the Anam Car Award and the Acre Forum, and Irish Whisper will provide the music. We ask everybody to keep the speeches short because we would prefer to hear Irish Whisper in most cases. Saturday, Rodney Elliott's breakfast, which is always a good time. And Saturday evening, we conclude our week with a dinner dance at Lindsay's. And the tickets are available for the dinner dance. I think it's the Silver Spurs to play, some traditional Irish music and some American music. There's dancing, a few raffles, just an all-around good time.
Before you run out of time, I would throw that out there, talk about that a little bit.
So I was told I have to do this because John won this one time, a Lucky Leprechaun raffle.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
10 grand.
there you go. So I have lucky leprechaun tickets. This is actually how we finance ourselves. So they're $25 a piece. They're available from any member of Lowell Irish. And that's one of our major fundraising efforts. So
Take one off you right now?
absolutely. I mean,
I love your, when you're on that picture and the old time pulpit. You don't see those
Yeah.
pulpits anymore. They
I
still
just
have
want to
that.
highlight a couple of things. If you want more information about what's going on,
yeah.
you can call Charlene Cesar.
Yep. She's
And
your
that's
fan.
that's her cell phone number.
Yep.
Or you can call Maureen McNiff, that's
Yep.
her cell phone number. And leave them a voicemail, they'll call you back and they'll tell you everything you need to know.
Exactly.
So, good job, Ray, thank you. Anything else you want to make sure we talk about?
I'm good if you're good.
Can I have 4 of those tickets?
You can have 4 of those tickets, absolutely.
I'll give you the money right now.
Okay.
Is this gambling on TV?
21, whoop. Got a 5 in here.
Maureen McNiff will be very happy.
Maureen McNiff, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I knew Maureen years ago. Actually, I knew her husband better, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
He was a high school teacher. He died
John,
fairly
do
young.
me a favor, because I don't have any cash. Buy me 1 ticket, and I'll give it back to you this afternoon.
There you go.
Look at this.
Thank you.
Glad I brought them.
Yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm
Really.
glad I told you to say something. Because when you can win cash like that, everybody wants to get involved, you know?
You're going to have decent weather on Sunday. It looks
That's
like
what I heard.
40s,
Yeah.
with sun, so that's not bad.
Well, I hope to see you all there.
I need 4 and you're going to give Bobby 1.
I gave Bob, there you go.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Here's the money. We'll fill these guys out and,
Well, thanks for coming on. Are you like the every year person doing this? We'll see you again next year probably, or do they pass the baton, as they say, as different people do it every year? Or?
No, I think you're gonna be stuck with me.
All right, all right. You're welcome back next
So
year.
Ray,
Thank you.
if somebody wants one of these tickets, what do they do?
They can call Charlene, they can call Maureen, or they can come to any one of our events. The tickets will be at all the events.
Man,
So I'll put their phone number back up there.
Okay?
And you say Maureen, she's been involved, like I said, I think she was involved with those shows where they had talked about earlier.
was,
She was been involved for years, you know?
Maureen is at the heart of almost everything that goes on at St.
Yeah.
Patrick's.
Yep.
Just a great person.
She's one of the prettiest girls in the parish.
She is.
Well, I guess I gotta put some music up there.
So that's it. Well, thanks for coming, Ray. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Nice
nice meeting you.
Thank
You know, hope I win this $5 grand.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes, thank you.
Okay.
Well, I guess I gotta put some music up there.
So that's it. Well, thanks for coming, Ray. Appreciate it. Yeah,
Nice
nice
to
meeting
meet
you.
you.
You know, hope I win this $5 grand.
Back in a couple of minutes, thank you.
Welcome back. That was a good segment with
Yeah.
Mr. Leavitt. A lot of, hope I win that $5,000 on that scratch, on that lottery ticket, or whatever you want to call it. Chance ticket I bought, so.
Joe Espinal was asking about Angus McDonald, and I'm sorry, Ray's left the building, so I can't ask him. Angus McDonald, good, always good soul, good soul. Sorry, Joe. Back to you guys.
So Bobby, we got some more politicking. What about the whole Zelensky thing, the whole thing with the Ukraine? What do you think of that? Was that something or what?
Yeah, that's why I never liked secret squirrel meetings, okay?
Yeah.
We've talked about that 100 times, right?
Yeah.
Maybe more than that on this show. I like it like that.
Yeah.
Have it out in public, you know? There's
And
not a,
everything was going so well, and it's just, wow, talk about blowing up, you know?
I got two texts here. Tommy, can you read them?
The councilors were either duped or strong-armed from the State House. I can't see the whole thing, John, was the 7?
I'll shrink it down a little bit. Sorry,
No,
I
that's-
got two here.
Was the 70% funding at stake when the council voted on the parking for MBTA zone? That's something one of the council would
I
have
use
to
the word
answer.
disenfranchised. I don't think they had all the information that they need. I think the administration hid that from the good counselors.
So Bart's in District 3, like Bob said, I got my popcorn ready. This is going to be a good one. I'll watch from the bleacher seats, Bart.
no doubt it's going to be a great election.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be interesting. You got 3 or 4 in there already.
Yeah.
Anyone's to win that one. Jeez, that's going to be some good political fodder, you know, so.
Just backing up to this first text, though, I just want to say that the good counselors have not tried to amend their mistake. So it seems like administration's in charge. If you want me to hire your daughter, kowtow. And my guess is there's a lot of projects that are on the agenda for the people who run the zoning part of the city, and they want to get those passed before we put a halt to this. So I'm pleading with all the city councils, put it on the agenda, to put this on hold, to rethink it. Don't allow this to happen, to have 70 people move into Heinz's Tavern with no parking. It's wrong. And you're going to do it to, rumored a place called Fury's, wherever that, I understand, is on Fletcher Street. You're going to pull the same dance over there. And if you don't think this is abuse, take a ride on Perry Street. The bottom of Roger Street, Perry Street.
Yeah.
Those people, beautiful condominiums, they all bought them. There's no parking. Perry Street had to be turned into one way to remedy the situation.
And Perry Street
It's-
has more building coming.
Now, is this one of those
Something
issues?
We have to stop this. There's got to be parking, 2
Right.
parking spaces per unit. And the administration only cares about, give us more money to blow.
But was this one of those issues where they had no choice in approving it, or is it like? You know
I
what
don't
I'm saying?
think they had the information. I think they were sold. This is we have
Right.
to do this, the MBTA, and
Well,
it's wrong.
as I said earlier, there's one council that will go to bat for you on that, if he's listening. So,
Someone could always suspend the rules to talk about something, right?
yeah.
So hopefully someone does. It's going to be ridiculous, I believe.
Yeah.
Where it is, it's just, Friday.
I want to see what's
just,
happening in a snowstorm. Where they going to,
Just getting around this whole area, especially like before school time, Friday. I don't even come out of my house on a Friday. After 2 o'clock, that's it. I'm staying in the house till 7 o'clock. Traffic's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, once 3 o'clock comes, school bus time, sorry, it's time for a nap, baby. No
Over
sense
in,
in trying to go anywhere. I got all these announcements I'm going to go through. Tomorrow night, Mark Kratman's party. So you're cordially invited to attend and meet and greet reception for committee to elect Mark Kratman, Tewksbury Select Board. And that's going to be tomorrow night, March 5th, at the TJ Callahan's. Always a delicious stuff, 1475 Main Street, Tewksbury, Mass. Hope I see you over there. This Thursday is the last one. If you want to see the Golden Gloves this year, get over there. And I thank Keith Rudy for sending this out to me. So a Lowell winter tradition. The last Golden Gloves is this Thursday, March 6th. Doors open at 6, 7:30 the first bout. Bring your grandkids. This is a heck of a good time. And if you have a smartphone, put it in camera mode and zero in on this guy right here. It'll bring you to a website, tell you all about this. Keith Rudy sent me this too. WCAP is going to broadcast the last night. So this Thursday, this event will be broadcast live on Lowell's local radio station. Gary Frascarelli had to write this. WCAP 980 on your AM dial. Listen to a live stream on your mobile device. If you go to WCAP.com, you can listen on your phone, and they have a simple radio app as well. Broadcast will start at 7 p.m. and until the end of the last bout. Your announcers will be Kiki Rudy, Marty Laurie, WCAP. I'm sure Frascarelli will hog something in there.
Well, it's an election year, so
he
I'd
join
go
you
down.
guys last
I'd
night?
go down there.
Did I see Gary in your picture last night?
Gary was at
Yeah.
dinner last night, yeah. And Johnny Dakota, he's going to be there too. So that's coming up this Thursday on WCAP, 980 on your radio dial, 7 p.m.
Everybody gets it.
Saturday, March 15th. This is the St. Patrick's Day. State Rep Rodney Elliott and the Bridge Club of Greater Lowell present St. Patrick's Breakfast. I love the Bridge Club because they are truly saving lives there. And God bless them. Bob Cox and the gang down there, they do a fantastic job. They're going to honor Tommy Shanahan over the Owl Diner, the guy who owns the Owl Diner. Tommy, great guy. And they're going to honor him. The Heavy Quinn dancers are going to be there. And Saturday.
Ned Tarmey bought a table, John. So anybody that was on his table last year, if you haven't got in touch with him, he's got a ticket for us. So
Yep.
I'm going.
If you
I'll
put
be
your
there. I'll
if,
be with
if
the
you
board
put
of
your
directors.
phone in camera mode, you'll see more about and you zero in on this QR code. Brings you a website. You can buy your tickets right online. But good cause. If you have any questions or you want to help out the Bridge Club, Bobby Cox's cell phone number's on the very bottom there, right there. If you want to call him up, and he'll be happy to talk to you. This is from lovely Lowell, Massachusetts. Lowellians just got a census inquiry in the mail. City encourages you to fill that out, send it back. Don't ignore it, please. So fill it out. Don't hesitate to call the elections office if you have a question, and their phone number's way down the bottom of their letter here, but it's too wordy for me to read this, but it's a good thing. You got it in the mail, just turn around and send it back, please. Tony Archinsky, let me blow this up. Here we go. Tony Archinsky, campaign fundraiser, Tony for Drake. Archinsky for Selectmen, Sunday, March 16th. Primo Pizza from noon to 3 p.m. Pop in there, shake Tony's hand. Nice guy. Does a lot of good things for delightful Drake. Oh, I have two of those. That's even a better one in color. The 6th annual Guy Constantine Shamrock Dinner on March 17th, on the day, St. Patrick's Day, 4 to 8 p.m. at the Tingsboro Sportsman's Club. But look at the price, $12. Where can you have dinner for $12? Tingsboro Sportsman's Club, plenty of room in there, going to be a great time. Hope to see you out there. So Linda Bound sent me this, and looking forward to that on March 17th. I think Ellen wants to go too. Job fair, if you want a good job, they're going to have, I think, 60 employers over 2 days, March 25th and 26th. Downtown Lowell, Middlesex Community College. The deal is there, you go park at the garage at the UMass Inn and Conference Center. There's a bridge. You can walk across the Middlesex Community College Cafe, and good time to be had by y'all. If you're looking for a good job, I would consider taking a look at this. One of your grandkids is looking for a nice job. Tell them to take a look at this, scan this right here, put your phone in camera mode. It'll give you some more information. Eric Gitch is having a party. This is the only thing I got. I had to drag this off of Facebook. I'm sure I'll find a better one. This is Thursday, March 27th at Mount Pleasant Country Club. join us for the kickoff Eric Gitchier's reelection campaign for Lowell City Council. And suggested donations start at $25 and go up. And he's got a, can't make it, donate online. He's got a website you can go to right there too. So I know I'll be there at that one, March 27th. A health fair. If you're 60 or older and you're not feeling tip-top, get over to the health fair. They get April 9th, that's next month, April 9th, about a month from now, the Tewksbury Senior Center, 175 Chandler Street out in Tewksbury. The time is 1 to 4 p.m. This is free. If you got a question that you'd like to learn more about this, you call Susan Timmons. Her phone number's right down here. Leave her a voicemail and she'll call you back if she doesn't answer the phone when you call. Danielle McFadden. She's having a Lowell School Committee Candidate at-Large campaign kickoff next month, April 3rd, at the Mount Pleasant Mount Pleasant Golf Club, 141 Staple Street in lovely Lowell, Massachusetts. That's up in the Highlands. Be there or be square. Megan House. The Megan House is having a golf tournament, and this is an opportunity to buy a ticket, help them out. They help a lot of women who are down on their luck. Good organization. This is coming up in June, so maybe we can get somebody from the Megan Foundation to come in and talk to us about this, but it's coming up in June, so we'll talk more about that as it comes ahead. And that's my last announcement, so going back to you guys. Thanks.
So, busy week coming up in Lowell with the Irish Cultural
Yeah,
Week.
it's a good
Two
week.
big events that Saturday with Rodney Elliott's Bridge Club roast, and then that night they have the Irish Cultural Dance, whatever. So that's a busy week, you know. So they have some good events in between there too. The movie night, and it's I hope those are well attended for that, because this guy seems to work hard at this, and that whole committee seems to work hard at it. So
I called Dickie Barrett yesterday from Kilkenny's Pub because, to me, his corned beef and cabbage is the best.
really,
I said, when we're going
Okay.
to get it? He said, I'll tell you when. He's going to have to do a lot of cooking, but
yeah, I'll have to
it's all
try, 'cause
about-
I love.
it's all about that meat, huh?
Yeah.
It really is.
Does he have the gray or the red? Do you know?
The gray usually.
Oh, good. I
you
love
know.
the gray. Yeah. It's not,
I'll take either one, thank you.
oh, yeah, you can have the red. But everybody's different. Everybody has their own.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I love corned beef and cabbage, obviously. It's just one of my type of meals. Meat, potatoes, and vegetables. That's all you need, you know?
Sure.
But I'm excited about the election coming up this year. You can see Eric's ready to have his party, and
It's starting to percolate. Yeah, it's starting to
Yeah.
move. It's we'll be here before you know it. You know, we talk about it a lot. Remember, we kept every week we
Yeah.
come in here saying how many days to the presidential election that was here, and now it's already March 6th and
You know,
4th rather.
And I just want to bring it up again
Yeah, of course.
because we sat here, especially when Ned was here, we always was talking about Corey Belanger, you know, and I recently told Corey, hey, I'm with you because all I'm looking for is a Danny Finn to enter the race. If he enters the race, well, that's a different story. I got to be with Danny Finn. See, it's just, to me, I judged all three of them and who's going to get along better with Eric Gitchier, or who's going to listen to him a little bit more. Because I just can't figure out why he can't get 6 votes on a lot of things. It's been incredible watching it, but the budget hearings coming up, I think we're going to have more taxes, and tax increase. If not, we're going to be cutting a lot of jobs. I feel cuts are coming, especially on the school side. I can see we're going to have to cut some positions or find ways to make it better. You want to bring the test scores up to me, we got to think about getting rid of these alternative schools and going to pre-K to kindergarten and focus there so we get them all reading by the time they're in the 3rd grade, Tom, you know?
And it was
Why
brought up
big
earlier.
issue.
Why give your microphone so I can hear you there?
It's
was-
probably the biggest issue, and it all comes down to discipline. That's the issue, because when you can't read, you're in a classroom where, say you're in the 3rd grade, Tom, right?
Yeah.
And you can read at a lot of those kids can, I'd say about half, can read at a 5th grade level.
Right.
I'm looking at that because I got a 9-year-old that's in the 3rd grade that can read really well. But then more than half of her class can't even read at a 1st grade level. And I was that type of kid. I couldn't read, so I disrupted the classroom. And it all
Yeah.
comes down to discipline, and nobody has the answers more than Liam Skinner. And I'm hoping that I can prove that to people before the election. That discipline, to me, other than the biggest part of our budget is special ed, I could talk about that all day, but discipline, when it comes to the teachers that I love, that talk to me, they said that's the number one issue. If you want to get them all reading, we have to get discipline under control. And when you can't read like me, guess what I did? I acted up. That's all I did in school. I acted up. But you know what they did to us back in those days.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we were disciplined, believe me.
Going back to what you talked
Yeah.
about, Eric, and.
Hold that thought. Bob, you got two texts here. This is the first one from Joe Espinola. And this was, he asked me to ask about saying Angus McDonald, how he's doing, and Ray had already left the building, so I couldn't ask him about these issues, but he,
Yeah, and Jimmy Campbell, yeah, he
Yep,
was
Jimmy
always involved, yeah.
Garrett Sheehan, and from the Lowell Police alumni.
I think Garrett Sheehan gave classes at U Lowell, too. He was really sharp when it come to,
Good souls.
oh, yeah.
And talking about, I guess when we're talking about the Lowell not needing to park anymore, I think all the city councilors should park at a city garage and walk to the meeting, see how they like it. Because you passed a regulation making me park at the train station to live at my house. So I think you guys should, payback should be you have to park in a city garage and walk to your meeting. La, 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 la.
You know,
And same thing for the people on the zoning board. Park in the city garage and walk. La, 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 la. See how you like it.
but, you know, nobody hits the parking issue more than you, and you're right on it. If you remember, I believe it was about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, someone bought a parking spot in Boston for $500,000. One spot.
Wow.
That's parking is a huge issue. But over here,
Not Lowell. We like to
across from
walk.
Enterprise Bank, if they're gonna do that over there, that place is gonna be amazing.
Well, if you ever
Connect
pulled
that.
into these parking garages, about a month ago, my wife and I went downtown. It was pretty I couldn't get a parking spot. I actually parked in the parking garage on Market Street. You pull in, and like the first, it seems that reserved for this company. You got to go up to the second or third level to park. It seems people buy these parking spots obviously for their companies or whatever. I think, in fact, the school department might even
Yeah,
park
but
over there.
you know what? They're
They-
buying them at a bargain,
Yeah.
and they should be up on the fourth level.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You drive up to the fourth level, and that's where Bomil Corporation parks.
Right, right, right.
And just have a sign, this level's reserved for Bomil parking only.
So, yeah. And Bob, you were saying earlier about Eric and getting votes. It seemed this last vote he had on the manager's contract, he picked up a few votes. He wasn't
Yeah,
by
he
himself.
picked up-
He
he
got
picked up
Vesna, and he
4.
got Janess, and he got, who else did he get? He got somebody else, I think. I think it was a 7-4 vote, so,
And that's my point,
Yeah.
and that's why I say I'm going with Danny Finn. Only because of his background, plus I feel like I'm family to him.
sure.
That family, Mickey Finn over there in Centerville, he took in one of my cousins that's passed away a couple of years ago, Gary Newell, Vietnam vet that went through some tough times in life, but he passed away on us.
Yeah.
But they took him in. He lived with the Finns. And so they're like family to me, so I feel bad because if Danny Finn wasn't in the race, I would have been with Corey.
Oh, you would have been?
Yeah, I would have been with
Yeah.
Corey.
Wow.
And Corey doesn't get along with Eric Kitcher like I want people to get along with him. You know, there's a group. If you don't believe me, fine. There's a small group. They're not going to win because Eric's worked too hard. But there's a group of people, and I hear a lot of things that want him out.
Well, you know, Eric,
They want him out.
Eric will be behind the scenes. I'm not going to speak for Eric, but he's probably going to be behind the scenes promoting people like Danny Finn, who will align with him on that council. I
Well,
don't
we
think he's
don't
going
know.
to be.
Well, let me
We
just
don't-
interrupt you guys, okay? Because I think we have a lot of first-timers out there that are running citywide. And what I'm going to ask you to do is reconsider. You're competing against real big guns, okay? Who doesn't know Rita Mercier? Who doesn't know Eric Gitchia? Who doesn't know Visna Noon? And do you think you're going to knock them off? I don't think so.
Oh, don't fool yourself.
I don't think so. No, you need, district councilors should consider doing what Eric did. Run against those three big guns. And if you're a first time running for city council, you should run in your district. It's a lot easier to go in your neighborhood. Your neighborhood already knows you, they like you. You could go to your neighborhood meeting. You can really bolster a lot more support in your neighborhood. I think you're making a mistake to vote,
He's
to run
talking.
against those three big guys.
He's talking to me right now because I live in Belvedere. I wouldn't run in that district. I've said too many negative things over the years, calling it the swamp. Now Tom's in the new swamp. You know, it's just the way things are. Politics is a funny thing. I'd rather go citywide because I've won that seat 4 times going citywide. Belvedere, I'll get my share of votes in Belvedere. I know I will because of my daughter and my son and their friends in school. And I know the teachers. I know the teachers that think, I know why I won 4 times. How's that? Let me say it that way. Why? No contract would ever sit on a table with me because teachers were underpaid for years. Now, don't forget, I'm going way back into the 90s, but teachers were underpaid. And teachers today are underpaid. How's that? Paraprofessionals are underpaid. Compared to pothole watchers, I can go get a job, put a uniform on and a gun again, and watch a pothole and get between $50 and $75 an hour. So when I hear a tutor that's trying to teach kids how to read only gets $40 an hour, it's a shame, Tom.
Yeah.
It really is. I got friends as prison guards making $200,000, $250,000 with overtime, but they're capable of making that kind of money. A teacher's not. You know, so to me, that's why I always won. Now it will be just the respect of the teachers, how they back up a paraprofessional.
Yeah.
It's the first time I ever felt it. And it didn't come from Lowell teachers.
Sure,
It came from
sure.
down the North Shore. They were all striking. They were looking for a lot of money for paras that changed diapers. Oh, you wouldn't believe the job a para has to do. Really.
Well,
Really, it's unbelievable.
yeah, yeah. Well, you know, John said, I disagree with him. I think that anybody like the sixth to Jesus, who I think he's running,
he's gonna be
running
tough.
citywide. I mean, he works for the bank. He's probably not done favors, but people have probably got mortgages off from loans. People are going to remember that stuff.
He was
I
prepped.
just think, I don't think anybody, I think, I agree with you. I think Eric's safe, but the other two, yeah, it's
And
not guaranteed.
I
you know?
agree with you right now because I watched the last city council meeting, you know, and I'm looking at Eric as he's talking on TV, and right behind him is Sixto.
Oh, he was there.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
he's there watching,
Okay.
but young Ju Chow, people like her
Yeah.
that come on the show here, and we're totally different
Who will be a
people.
future candidate
Yeah,
someday. I think
off
so.
camera, young Ju Chow and I don't agree on a lot
Oh,
of
same
issues,
here,
no
yeah,
doubt
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
But you can't take away what she has done for the city of
Yep,
Lowell.
yep.
It's incredible.
Yep.
And she's behind that man, believe me. My sister would vote for that guy.
Yeah.
She
Oh, he's
would
very
vote.
involved with humans, like your sister's
Yeah,
involved with
well,
the homeless.
yeah,
and
the nonprofits in Lowell. Don't forget. Why do you think most homeless come from Boston to Lowell? Lowell's a pretty giving place. Think about it. You know more than I do when it comes
no,
to
you're right.
giving.
You're right. You're right.
Lowell's a place where they know they can come and get help.
Yeah.
So we attract people like that, and just watch out. The nonprofits have a lot of power in this city. I usually talk against them because I want them out of our school system. I think they have too much power, influence somebody like the superintendent, let's say, other ones that we had.
Yeah.
You know, you get the pressure put on those jobs sometimes. I want my friend hired. I want this. Some of them were kicking down the superintendent's door. You know?
Now, have you heard of any other citywide besides you and Danielle so far for school committees? Or just you? I
Haven't
mean,
heard
the
anything,
incumbents, obviously.
But what I have, my opinion, there's definitely somebody, either Jackie or Connie, that told Danielle they're not running.
Okay.
That I believe that, anyways. And but when Danielle McFadden came and put her name out there citywide, don't forget, no one run last time at all.
Right,
Against
right,
Connie or Jackie,
right,
and then
right.
this is a girl, and I don't know her. She was being the rumors about her a couple of years ago was she's running for state rep, where Rodney run against
Right, right,
whoever.
right,
but
right.
they were smart enough to know you're not going to beat Rodney easy.
Nope.
You know,
No.
the only one over there would be Danny Rourke.
Right.
And I only go into history. You know, I look back at 25 years ago, and Danny's family, just Andy Rourke. How many times have I mentioned that name?
Yep. Yep.
You know, the Hubert family and the Welcome family, all West Meadow Road type of. That's where I'd go knocking doors all the time. When I knocked the door, I didn't knock many.
I think
Maybe three.
I think that even if both incumbents run, they're going to have their hands full with Danielle McFadden. if both incumbents run.
Yeah, I would say
think they-
Danielle's in.
Yeah,
I'm looking
yeah.
for number two.
Right,
No, I want to be
right.
number one in the
Right.
number two
Two
business. But I say Danielle's in easy, and I don't know, I haven't met her, haven't even heard
Very
what
nice
she's going
girl.
to talk
Oh, yeah.
about.
Hopefully she's at the breakfast. I'll introduce you to her at the Rodney Elliott breakfast, but yeah.
But
she-
the nonprofits in law, you got to watch out for that. That they're more powerful than you think.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, CTI, for instance, Connie Martin,
yeah.
second in command, I believe, at that place.
Really?
Oh, yeah, to me, there's always been conflicts, but like I said, I could work with Connie better than I could work with Jackie. Because, going after Jim Hall, you don't do that around me, that's for sure.
She's got to be approaching 20 years on the school board, right,
Yeah.
Connie?
Yeah. Well, and then they went after my friend Dominic Lay, right?
Yep, oh, yeah.
Okay? They went after him. They tried, 4 times in court, something like that?
Yep.
They wanted Dominic gone. Why? We're connected to Kafawi. Some of us like Dr. Kafawi. But don't talk about the maintenance of effort in the city of Lowell. You're gone.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? But some great things are happening. Come on, let's face it.
Yeah,
And my focus right now is drugs. Police, you helped us with the South Common. Now crack down on drug dealers. You can do it. You can do it, Chief. And I hope the city manager hears me because that's Lowell's issue. Make these drug dealers scared
But
to
you
come to
got
Lowell.
a bunch of texts here.
I like this type of stuff. Give me a break. Lowell teachers get paid very well and only work 180 days a year. A gun holder who works year-round and risks their life every shift. Listen, when I retired from the prisons, right, which I tell you that's not a great job, but you can get a job watching potholes from $50 up to $125, all right? Don't tell me about teachers working 180 days a year. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. And all they have to do, to me, is touch 1, 2, 3, 4 children. Doesn't matter how many. I know they saved my life, without a doubt. If it wasn't for the teachers, especially over here, and George Bossy teaching me what discipline's about, I wouldn't have survived in the Army for 3 years. But those people helped me out. In Lowell High School, to me, because of the demographics and what we have and how many different languages, if your children has a brain and they're smart and they come out of any private school, I don't care if it's the Immaculate Conception or St. Mike's or St. Patrick's, send them to Lowell High, take high honors courses. You might get a scholarship to Harvard. You might get a scholarship to MIT. I'm worried about the other 1,000 children behind them that were just like me. I was very lucky, though.
Can you read the other text?
Yeah. Give me a break, Lowell down here. President Noon is the weakest of the 3 citywide candidates. Eric should top the ticket. He works the hardest and does his homework. Maybe that's why the State House is working hard against him. No, let me tell you something. Nobody's going to touch him this year. Nobody. Even when they're bosses, and we have bosses in all the departments in the city of Lowell saying, I don't want you on Facebook talking about Eric Itcher in any way, shape, or form. That's the group I'm talking about.
yeah,
That's the group that you got to worry. Not a lot of people vote. Don't forget that.
yeah.
But to just say that the number 2 and number 3 citywide city councilors aren't in trouble, they better think twice.
Yeah.
They better
Yeah.
think twice.
No,
They're not going to touch Eric.
No,
They're not going
I
to
think-
beat him. They're
yeah.
going to try to beat him, but they're not going to beat him.
Yeah.
But don't forget a couple of things recent. Who's the one that brought up the raise for the city manager?
Rita.
Rita Mercier. That can hurt Rita. That could, in the
Yeah,
swamp,
yeah.
my swamp over there and over there, that could hurt her. And when you get hurt,
Well, I think it could hurt everyone that voted for it, not just
that's
her.
my
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But citywide,
Yeah.
you got to worry about
How is the
Belvedere.
city manager makes more than the governor?
Right, because he's got a good counselor, give it to him, yeah.
Makes more than the governor.
Yeah, who
That
controls the
Hugh
governor's
Lowe-
rate? That's
Hugh
a
Lowe's job
legislature?
is a pretty nice job. Hugh Lowe's a nice job. What's that? Go look that up. What's she?
Oh,
350 with a
I mean,
driver
Monty
in a
makes
car?
somewhere 800, so.
This
Well,
is nice.
we got less than, now come up to less than a minute to go here, Bobby.
Yeah.
So,
We just keep sitting here,
Yeah.
Tom, and every week it's going to get better.
Yeah.
It's just going to get better. The
it's
more
gonna get
people.
better, warmer.
We want one to come out in District 4. Come on out,
Yeah.
no matter who you are.
Yeah.
I can't believe it if it's, I know you say no to Paul Belay, but Paul Belay would be very powerful this time around.
Yeah.
It takes time. Look at
No.
the red wave,
I
right?
see him. He's on 2 boards with me. I'll talk to him. You know,
On
see-
this show,
yeah.
we were waiting for the red wave, right?
Yeah.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
It never came, remember?
Yeah, yeah,
And all of a sudden, it's here now. We're dealing with it now. Look at the federal government.
exactly.
And all I'm afraid of is cuts in law. They're going to cut a lot of positions.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the city has to cut. If not, they're going to go up on my property taxes again, and I'm not happy about that.
Hey,
That's
guys,
it.
we're out of here.
Okay, thank you. See you next week.
Tomorrow, City Life, we got Linda Bound's going to be here, Hillary Winterstrom, Rick Rowe, and Rodney Elliott's coming tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Hey, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.